Oof, this was supposed to be up on Tuesday. Welp, no time to get into that now, and why I didn't post this on Tuesday like it was supposed to be posted on. Welcome to part 2 of this series I started last Tuesday. Last episode was about Velvet. So, this one is about Jennifer. I'm doing only a little small doodle because for reasons I don't feel like drawing a full body Jennifer. I'm just gonna get into it. So, Jennifer has been really hard for me to make. Number one, I don't have much to say about her because she wasn't in the story for long. And she's not very developed. So that just leaves there to be little to talk about whenever it comes to her. And two, this recording just didn't want to happen for some reason. Because it kept on being interrupted anytime I tried to make it. So, yeah, that got on my nerves a lot. So I'm just gonna go over the bullet points that I have in my script. Not much more than that. Sorry if this video is very short. I just want to get this video done. I'm not prioritizing quality. So Jennifer is very gay. That's her main personality trait. Her not boyfriend. Why did I say boyfriend? Her girlfriend is Clover, who is a character I'll talk about 2 weeks from now. Yeah. But to briefly summarize Clover, she is very shy and very rich. She comes from a very rich family. And she's a cat. Because we just need all the basic animals in here. So like Velvet, she is also adopted. So that makes her a different species from the rest of the family. The rest of the family are wolves, while Jennifer is a raccoon dog. Why is she a raccoon dog? I don't know, I just wanted to make her a raccoon dog because I think raccoon dogs are cool. So during a lot of this story, Jennifer is kind of playing the detective role. So basically what's going on is there are a bunch of murders happening in the city, mainly of wolves. Hint, hint. And and their father, who is a wolf, gets murdered. And then Jennifer's just you know what? I'm gonna find out who did this. So she does that. This plays into how she dies. So Performer is the murderer. Performer, I will talk about Performer 3 weeks from now. And his video is probably going to be very long because I just have so much favoritism for Performer. And I just have a lot of stuff to talk about whenever it comes to Performer. But, so she figures out who the murderer is. It's Performer. But Performer hears that she knows, and he's just uh-oh, that's not good, and then he sets out to kill her that night. This also plays into how Velvet dies, because I hadn't decided how she died before this, but now I have. I know that I was gonna put Velvet's death in a pinned comment on the other video, but I just felt like it tied into the Jennifer video, and I needed more stuff to talk about in Jennifer's video, so I'm just saying it here in Jennifer's video. So how Velvet dies is she tries to save Jennifer from Performer. Keyword tries. Whenever Velvet gets there, Jennifer's already dead. But she doesn't want to believe that, so she fights Performer. The reason Jennifer and Velvet both die in that scene is because they have no idea what they're dealing with whenever it comes to Performer. So they have no idea what to expect, and so they are both caught off guard, and they both die. So there's a few changes to the story. Also, just warning, in any of my animations, that may not be the set story, because this story is constantly changing. Like, for instance, in the Better Luck Next Time meme that I made, Claire no longer kills Mouth. I don't know exactly how Mouth dies now, but she doesn't kill Mouth. Also, Ice is not the one to kill Claire anymore. It's Rain. I'm saying these characters' names like you know who they are, but you will eventually know who they are, like a few weeks from now, several weeks from now, actually, whenever, like, several weeks from now for Rain. Rain's, like, like 6 weeks from now. Yeah, this is gonna be a weekly series. I'm gonna try and post every Tuesday unless another Jennifer happens. So yeah. Looking at my bullet points. So yeah, Jennifer's not in the story for long. Actually, so how this pans out is Jennifer and Velvet are the main two at the beginning. There's like main three. Main four kind of. Well, it's only 3 at a time. So there's Pine, Jennifer, and Velvet who are at the beginning, and then Pine dies. And Pine's their dad, by the way. So yeah, then Pine dies. Jennifer is trying to figure this out. Clover comes by because Jennifer told her about it, and it's just like, yeah, I'm not letting you deal with this alone. They're not dating at that point, though. But yeah, Velvet is the POV character for that part. But then Velvet dies, and that marks the true beginning of the story. So how this happens is Clover was out, like, away from the house for a bit. She came back. She discovered Velvet and Jennifer's dead bodies, so, like, Clover is a POV character for 1 chapter. But yeah, she discovers Velvet and Jennifer's dead bodies, runs out of the house, and then she stumbles into Lilac's group. And then that ends the chapter, and then it switches to Ice's POV. I'll get into who Ice is 5 weeks from now. So yeah, design choices. So in Jennifer's design, there are a lot of diamonds. To stick with that design theme of the playing cards. So yeah, she is a diamond. She's not really part of the main 4. It's because Lilac's group and Velvet and Jennifer never meet. Lilac's group only hears about Velvet and Jennifer from Clover, after they're dead. So yeah, like, they used to meet, but, like, I've changed it to where they never met, and that makes me kind of sad, because I really liked Chaotic Besties, Velvet, and, like, Chaotic Besties, Velvet, and Lilac. So, yeah, that kind of makes me sad, but, like, look, it's for the sake of a good plot. So, yeah, Jennifer has a lot of, or not a lot of, but, like, she has a good amount of diamonds in her design. don't ask me why she's like a reddish pink. Or not reddish pink, it's a light red. I just decided that'd be a good idea because I liked how it looked. And I'm actually kind of glad that I did it because, like, I don't know, it just looks nice. She's almost always had this color, like of light red. I think there was only one design that she had where she didn't have it, and it was in her like very first design. And she used to be a light brown with like black splotches. And back whenever she was evil. A lot of my characters used to be evil, I'm realizing. But yeah, she used to be evil. I don't remember, like, there was a very old version of the story that was more used in, like, role plays and all that. But I cannot remember, how Jennifer didn't, like, redeemed herself in that. So, yeah. So, yeah, time to great transition, past versions. So, in a very old version of the story, the first version of the story, she used to be evil. She used to have, like, a swirling eye kind of thing. Like, one of her eyes used to look really weird. I got rid of that because it just didn't make sense for the story. I like a lot of things to have purpose, and it just didn't have a purpose anymore. It mainly tied into her, she used to have a power, and she used to be able to see into the future. I got rid of that because I don't really want any, like, really supernatural abilities in this series. And also, it was barely used for plot. Like, it was only used once. And then that was it. And then she died. So yeah, I got rid of it. There's not much else to talk about. In older versions, she did used to be a fox. The entire family used to be foxes, actually. But then I changed that because I wanted them to be wolves. Because I remember Lilac used to always be said to look like a wolf by my friends. And so I was just like, you know what, why not incorporate that into the story? Boom, the entire family is wolves. So yeah, that happened. And then I was like, you know what, why don't I keep Velvet's species as a fox, because, you know, she's adopted. Because that's, like, always been part of the story. Not really always, like, in the last version of the story. That's whenever I decided that they were adopted. But yeah, I kept the adopted thing. So yeah, they're adopted. I already said that. So yeah, but Jennifer's species changed because, you know, she's a raccoon dog now. Trying to remember. Wow, I used this darker color and I didn't use it for the eyelids. I'm an idiot. I don't really have much else to say. I think Jennifer's the only one that's changed species so drastically. I'm trying to think about other characters that have changed species. Oh, no, there's one other character that changed species drastically. He's not going to have his own video because he's not important enough of a character, but his name is I, and he's part of the gang that Mouth leads. And he used to be a snake, but I made him into a deer because I thought it would be cool. Also, I was deciding, like, the new designs for the ragdolls, which is what the gang is called. And I was deciding their animals from a random animal generator, and I got a deer. And it's just like, you know what? Okay. I is a deer now. So yeah, that's like all I have to say. Let me just finish this and then I can get going to do other stuff. Frick. yeah, this video has been a pain for me to make, because I just, like I said, I just don't have much to say about Jennifer. This video really stressed me out and put me in a bad mental state because I just could not finish it. But I'm finishing it now because I don't like not finishing things. So yeah. I was supposed to shout gay at the beginning of this video, but I didn't do that because I just don't feel like it. So yeah.